There's a quiet shift happening in the world right now. It's not loud, it's not something you can always see, but it's there, in the background, slowly shaping the way we live. Artificial intelligence, or simply AI. And what makes it so interesting is not just what it can do, but how naturally it has become part of our daily lives. A few years ago, AI felt like something from the future, something distant, something complicated. But today, it feels almost ordinary. You wake up in the morning, check your phone, scroll through your feed, and without thinking, you're already interacting with AI. It decides what you see, what you read, what you watch. And, in a way, it quietly influences how you think. That might sound a little strange at first, but if you really pay attention, you'll notice it. For example, imagine opening a video app. The first video appears, you didn't search for it. You didn't ask for it, but somehow it feels interesting, so you watch. Then the next video appears and the next one. And before you realize it, 20 minutes have passed. That's not an accident. That's AI learning from your behavior in real time. It's observing small details, how long you stay on a video, whether you like it, whether you skip it. And based on that, it builds a pattern, not perfectly, but effectively. Over time, it becomes better at predicting what will keep you engaged. And this is where things become both fascinating and a little bit concerning. Because while AI is helping us discover content we enjoy, it's also shaping our attention. It decides what gets our focus and sometimes what doesn't. But AI is not just about entertainment. It's also changing the way we work. Think about writing. In the past, writing an email or a report required time and effort. You had to think carefully about every sentence. Now, with AI tools, you can generate a full paragraph in seconds. You can rewrite sentences, improve grammar, adjust tone. And while this makes things faster, it also changes the process of thinking, because writing is not just about producing words. It's about organizing ideas. When I anders part of that process for IT saves time, but it also reduces the effort you put into thinking. And that creates an interesting balance. On one side, efficiency. On the other, depth. The same thing happens in learning, especially when learning a language like English. AI tools can correct your mistakes instantly. They can suggest better words. They can even simulate conversations. This is incredibly useful. It gives you immediate feedback. It allows you to practice anytime, and it removes many of the barriers that existed before. But at the same time, learning a language is not just about being correct, it's about being comfortable. It's about being able to express your thoughts without hesitation. And that kind of confidence only comes from practice. Real practice listening, repeating, making mistakes. Not avoiding them. And this is something AI cannot replace. It can guide you, but it cannot experience the learning process for you. Another area where AI is becoming more visible is decision-making. Small decisions, at least. What to watch, what to buy, where to go. Many of these choices are now influenced by algorithms. When you shop online, you see recommendations. When you travel, you see suggested routes. When you listen to music, you get personalized playlists. All of this is designed to make your life easier. And in many ways, it does, but it also changes how decisions are made. Instead of exploring, we follow suggestions. Instead of searching, we accept recommendations. And slowly, our choices become guided, not controlled, but influenced, and that difference is important. Because influence is subtle, you don't always notice it. You just feel like things are convenient, and convenience is powerful. People naturally move toward what is easy, what saves time, what reduces effort. That's why AI is growing so quickly, because it fits perfectly into that idea. It removes friction and it simplifies tasks. It makes things smoother. But the question is, what do we lose in the process? Maybe nothing, or maybe something small, but important. Curiosity, like patience, like the willingness to struggle a little in order to understand something deeply. Because sometimes the process of struggling is what helps us grow. And this becomes even more important when thinking about the future. AI will continue to improve. That's almost certain. It will become more accurate, more natural, more human-like. We may reach a point where conversations with AI feel almost the same as talking to a real person. And when that happens, the role of human communication becomes even more valuable. Because real communication is not just about exchanging information, it's about emotion, tone, expression, understanding. And those things are not easy to replicate. So even in a world filled with advanced technology, the human element remains important, especially in language learning. Because learning a language is not just about understanding words. It's about understanding people, their ideas, their culture, their way of thinking. And that requires exposure, listening to real speech, getting used to natural rhythm, accepting that you won't understand everything at first, and being okay with that. Because that's how progress happens. Slowly, quietly. Just like the way AI entered our lives, not all at once, but step by step, until one day it feels normal. And maybe learning English works the same way. You listen a little every day. You understand a little more each time, and without realizing it. You improve. Not suddenly, but steadily. And that kind of progress is the most powerful, because it lasts